Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to compare two monitors from PRISM Plus, a company based in Singapore. This is the C315 Max and this is the W280 Max. PRISM Plus is actually known for their gaming monitors, and when the company contacted me to ask if I wanted to review any monitors, I had to choose the productivity monitors because I do not game. So they have two lines of productivity monitors, the C series and the W series. The C series features matte surface curved display and the curvature is 1500 R, and these are all VA panels. The W series are matte surface flat screen displays. These are all IPS panels. The difference between VA and IPS is IPS has better viewing angles. At the time of this review, the C315 Max is 539 Singapore dollars. The price will vary depending on whether or not the company is running any promotion. Usually it's around $550. For the W280 Max, it's $459. Usually it's around $450. I have already reviewed both monitors in great detail in their separate reviews. You can check out those reviews through the links in the video description below. Today I just want to talk about the main differences between these two. Let's talk about the physical design differences first. So this is a 31.5 inch monitor and this is 28 inch. The bezels are quite thin on both. On the larger monitor, this is about 1 centimeter. On the smaller monitor, this is about 8 millimeter. The bezels are uniform on the left, right, and the top. At the bottom, it's a bit thicker. It's about 2 centimeters. So this bezel design, it's not exactly the zero bezel design that the company claims, but still thin enough, at least much thinner compared to the current monitor that I'm using. Design for the stand is different. So this is sort of like a inverted triangle shape, and there is a little hole there that you can run cables through for cable management. For the W280 Max, it's a stand with 3 legs and there is space here for you to push a small keyboard under. So I actually kind of like this stand. Both stands do not take up a lot of space on the table, which is nice. Ports on the back of the C315 Max are 3 full-size HDMI. 2 of them are version 1.4 and 1 is version 2. And there is a full-size display port version 1.2. The cable that is provided is actually a full-size display port to full-size display port. It's black color. I'm using my own because this is a full size to a mini display port that my computer has. So do check which cable is included with the monitor that you buy, and also check the graphics port that is available on your graphics card. There's a 3.5mm audio jack here. There are no USB ports, and this monitor comes with a flap that covers this part. But I usually don't use the flap because sometimes I may need to connect additional cables. And here, this is the connector for the stand, and this is now lighted up with this blue light. On the W280 Max, the ports are this USB type A port, which is used for charging. You cannot use this for file transfer or for anything else. It's just for charging. There are 2 full-size HDMI ports. One is version 1.4 and one is version 2. And this is a full-size display port version 1.2. And that's the 3.5mm audio jack. This monitor comes with a full-size HDMI to full-size HDMI cable. For cable management, you can pass the cables through the hole here or at the bottom. So the C315 Max has the DisplayPort cable, no HDMI cable, and the W280 Max has the HDMI cable but no DisplayPort cable. So if you don't have the appropriate cable, that means you will have to spend extra money to buy your own cables. For the stands, the main takeaway is you cannot adjust the height and the swivel, so you can only adjust the tilt. PRISM Plus actually sells monitor arms, so if you need full adjustability, you can consider getting monitor arms. Both monitors are 4K UHD monitors, which is to say that the resolution is very high. So things like the menu bars, the fonts, the icons, all the visuals are going to be very sharp. Right now I have the monitors running in mirror mode just to show you the difference in the size for the user interface elements like the dialog box, menus, fonts, and icons. So user interface elements are slightly larger on the 31.5-inch display, smaller obviously on the smaller display. Now if you have two monitors side by side like this to compare, you will be able to see and feel the difference. It's going to be a bit more difficult to read the text, the fonts, the icons on the smaller display, especially if you are using software that hasn't been upgraded to take advantage of the high resolution. So generally speaking, for 4K monitors, I will recommend you get a monitor that is at least 30 inches or larger. So 31-inch or 32-inch monitor for 4K resolution, it's fantastic. For a 27 or 28-inch 4K monitor, the visuals are going to be a bit small and a bit more uncomfortable to see comfortably, relatively speaking, compared to a larger 4K display. I do graphic design work, photo and video editing, so the size of the monitor is fantastic. Both sizes are fantastic. So this is the W280 Max, and I can place this A4 pad here, and I can place like two pads here. So this screen size, it's actually larger compared to A3 paper, which is to say that if you are designing a page that is A3 size, you will be able to see your page at 1:1 scale. The actual size and the actual size of the text will be presented on display. Now for the 31.5-inch display, this is definitely larger, way larger compared to A3, so you will also be able to see your page in 1:1 and in actual font size. So the text, it's really sharp on a 4K display. It's really satisfying to be doing graphic design work or any sort of photo or video editing on 4K resolution. Color accuracy is very good for both monitors. Now these two monitors are basically sRGB monitors. PRISM Plus states that this C315 Max can support up to 120% sRGB, and the W280 Max can support up to 115 sRGB. Using the Spider 5 Pro color calibrator that I have, I measured 99% sRGB and 100% sRGB. So I have already calibrated both screens so the colors, they look consistent. Both monitors are able to match the colors on my color calibrated laptop as well. I use a lot of monitor screens, so I need the colors to be consistent across all the displays that I use. Now this is an IPS panel and this is a VA panel. There are going to be some limitations with colors on a VA panel. So here's a page design that I have mirrored on both monitors. By the way, both monitors, they have matte surface display with anti-glare. So if you look at the monitor from this extreme angle, you can see the white haze caused by the anti-glare. But if you move towards the center, then the anti-glare, it's not that aggressive, which is great. The anti-glare on both monitors, they are great. So this is how colors look like on the IPS panel. And when I shift to the side here, the colors, they do not shift. So the colors and the contrast, they remain consistent. Now for the VA panel, take a look at this. In fact, let me move back slightly. So here I can see the contrast for the VA panel, it's not as good when I am viewing from this angle, and when I view from the front, directly from the front, you can see the contrast immediately improves. Let me go to the side again. Just take note of the IPS panel. You can use the IPS panel colors as a reference. So you see at this angle, the whites on the VA panel, they are no longer that white compared to the IPS panel on the side, on the right. Most people using monitors are just going to look at the monitor from the front. Even if you look at the monitors from the side, it's not going to be from the extreme side. So the changes in colors, more specifically, the changes in contrast on the VA panel, it's not going to be that big of an issue. However, for graphic designers or for visual content creators, photo or video editors who need or who want more consistent color performance, definitely go with the IPS panel. The main selling point for this monitor is actually the curved display. It has a 1500R curvature. So if you do a little bit of gaming on the side, the games are probably going to look and feel more immersive on a curved display like this. Now, I do not game, so I'm not going to be able to talk more about gaming. When it comes to watching movies, it's going to be a very enjoyable experience on both monitors. Having said that, the colors and the contrast are definitely better on the IPS panel on the right side. Now, when I look at the C315 Max from an angle, from a slight angle, not directly from the front, I can see the skin tone, it's a bit washed out because of the contrast. Okay, I think I may be able to capture the backlight bleeding. So take a look at the corner of the C315 Max and the corner here for the W280 Max. You can see the backlight bleeding through on the larger monitor, on the VA panel. And take a look at the colors here. More specifically, the skin tone here. And now the skin tone here, it looks the same, but when I move to the side here, I'm not sure if you are able to see the skin tone being washed out. I can certainly see it. And not just that, you can also see some form of glow at here and here, but the glow, it's gone when you look at the monitor from the front. So that is the limitation of VA panels. You don't get that with IPS panels. That's just a window, my window. It's a joy to edit photos and videos on both monitors because of the 4K resolution. You get to see a lot more details and clarity and sharpness. So those are the differences between these two monitors. Now, just to conclude, if you are looking for a general purpose monitor for productivity work, you can actually get either. But if you have a focus on color accuracy, color consistency, then go with the W280 Max because this is an IPS panel. If you do a little bit of gaming on the side, like console gaming or even PC gaming, but not exceeding 60 Hertz, then you can consider this curved display, the C315 Max. Pricing of these two monitors are very competitive compared to other brands that I have reviewed, especially for the specs that they provide. And both monitors, they come with 3 years warranty. There is also some sort of a dead pixel policy. Anyway, do check out more reviews online. You can find more reviews on the Lazada product pages. I will link them in the video description below. Thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful. See you guys in the next video. Bye.